So fear is just an interpretation of the mind again. Just like I talked about the story, everything, including our own life, is an interpretation of time and mind. So when we look at the fear means false evidence appearing to be real. So it's just this false thing. It's not the real thing. When we are not in our present time right now, the mind is in the future, worrying about something that might happen, then it creates a fear kind of situation. So in Bhagavad Gita, it talks about a beautiful way about how this fear gets superimposed on something. It's a very classical example of a rope and a snake. I believe everybody who had listened to Bhagavad Gita, read about it, will be aware of it, but let me just tell it. So for example, if you're going in a dark path, everything is fearful. And then in that mode, like suppose you stumble across a big, scary snake. So obviously you will become more scared, right? Like your palpitations will go up, your perspiration might happen, your mind will racing through different kind of fearful thoughts. And then you somehow escape that situation and go out. And finally you meet with a friend, that friend having a flashlight, having some weapons to deal with that, and he happens to do a research on snakes, and he's looking frantically to look for a snake that he can take a picture. So you tell your frantic story of how you encountered the snake with him, and then he says like, no, please take me back to that point. I promise that nothing will happen to you. I would rather take a picture of the snake. And somehow you come and then you exact spot where you encounter the snake, and you put the flashlight on that, and you figured out that that's not a snake, it's actually a big rope. So when you see the rope, while putting the light onto it, the fear of snake has gone out. It will never come back. So in the beginning itself, when you saw the snake, actually you saw the snake in your mind. So the fear of the snake is superimposed on the rope. And when you understand that it's just a superimposition only, and you know the truth, then the fear of snake will never come to your mind again. Right? When you awaken yourself that this is only a rope, not a snake, the fear of snake will not come. So likewise, so whatever the fear that is happening right now, it's a superimposition of our collective mind. So let's just put together this practice of little meditation every day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so that your mind becomes more powerful. And when we teach these lessons to our children and spend some time to make it as a practice of 5 minutes, a collective chore to build up our collective mind in our own family, so this will radiate into the human consciousness much more powerful than otherwise. Right? So listen to everything, that's fine, but limit your time also. You don't have to bombard your mind with many different interpretations, many different stories at the same time. Just like we can't take so much of food in our stomach, limited stomach. Likewise, our mind is also so-called limited because it cannot handle so much of information as you've already talked about. So quarantine your mind every day, only a limited time that you listen to all these different stories and interpretations, but have your own due diligence. You have to write your test paper. Remember, like the masters have done all the lessons to us. So whatever the spiritual wisdom that you have already acquired in your personal life, try to use them as a tool to overcome fear, to overcome stress, overcome worries, anxieties, and try to deepen the knowledge much within, so that automatically the immune system would get stronger.